everyone. I am Kathy from Kathy Creates, where I try to inspire you to create. Come on into my craft room. This is my segment of the Craft into Spring with Stencils and Decoupage Bling event. Special thanks to Sheila and Nicole for putting this whole wonderful event together. I really appreciate them asking me to be a part of this. Today, as well as yesterday, all of the creators are going to be showcasing the beautiful prints from Kathy from Digital Deco Design, the beautiful bling from Natalie at Totally Dazzled, and the beautiful stencils from Ramon at Essential Stencils. We are being live streamed into Craft Around the Clock, Digital Deco Design Crafter and Creative Community, Sweet Creation Treasures, and Fab 4 Event Community. So, oh my gosh, we are going to be everywhere today. Make sure you stay tuned till the end. We each will be drawing one name that will have a shot at winning a gift away. There will be 3 winners chosen. Each of those winners will receive, get this, a $50 gift certificate to each of our 3 sponsors. So you are going to get $50 to spend at Essential Stencils, at Digital Deco Design, and at Totally Dazzled. How awesome is that? They are being so generous, and they are sponsoring this event. So, okay, come on in. I'm going to set this aside. I had to write all that down to make sure I remembered everything, because, you know how that goes. Okay, so I already painted my surface. If you follow me at all, I love buffalo plaid, as you can see from my background, from my clothes, from most of my projects have buffalo plaid somewhere. And I also like the deco, or the chippy paint, or the, gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Can't remember what this is called, but anyways, I like it. And so all I did to do this was I used my paint. I put the glue down first. I used Elmer's glue, spread a thick coat of Elmer's glue all over the whole thing. Then I took a heavy coat of paint and just went one stripe up. Loaded my paintbrush, did it again. And then you get the crackle. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you get this beautiful crackle. Look at my beautiful crackle I've got there. Turned out really, really well. Now, it takes a while for that to dry, so I went ahead and did that earlier this morning so it would have plenty of time to dry. We wanted to make sure that it was good and dry so I could stencil over the top of it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and paint these other surfaces first, then we're going to go ahead and get stenciled, okay? And I will show you what my vision is. So we're going to just set this guy aside for right now. We're going to paint all of these white. All of these are going to get painted white, okay? Hello, everyone. Hello, Darla. Hello, Cheryl. Excuse me. If you see any of my crafty sisters on here, make sure you're following all of them because they are all fabulous. Okay? All right, so let's get started. So this frame, I just cut this out on our laser. I needed a frame for what I wanted to do. This is just a piece of scrap wood I had laying around. This is the center of the frame that we're actually going to use the print on. Okay? But I want that to pop. So if I leave it this color, it's going to get kind of muddy. So we're going to go ahead and paint it up. And that one, we don't really care if it's a really great coat because it's just going to have a print over the top. But we want it to be white so the print doesn't bleed through and distort the color. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this painted. How is everybody? Have you guys been watching the event? I've watched some of it. We had our grandkids up until we had them overnight last night, and I've went back and watched replays when they were watching something else, so I was able to do that, but I need to watch a bunch more replays today. So we are, Bob is taking a nap now, because, when the grandkids come, it's exhausting. So we love them to death, but wow, they're exhausting. First time watching, excited to see what you'll create. Oh, thank you, Darla. Welcome. So glad you're here. I'd love it if you'd give me a follow as well. So I think this is going to be really pretty. I like that vintagey vibe, so that's what I'll be going for here. We'll be doing some distressing on things. We'll be adding some Tim Holtz, distressing oxide or whatever it's called. We'll be doing some of that. And I am going to use a sponge to do my frame. So we're just going to dab that in the paint, and then we just dab up and down. And let me tell you, you know, they were very generous with us crafters and let us pick what we wanted to use and send it to us. And it was a hard choice. Let me tell you, it was so hard. Oh, whoever sent me the stars, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's very sweet. There are so many wonderful things. And I know that Natalie at Totally Dazzled and Kathy at Digital Deco Design, they have sales going on right now. So make sure if you're interested in any of the things you're seeing this weekend, because they're all gorgeous, that you hop over there and place an order. They've got you covered. And I am a new affiliate with Kathy at Digital Deco Design. So you'll be seeing more of her things through me anyways. But today, especially, hop on over there and check out what she's got on sale for you. Hello, Marie. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Grace Tattered Lace. Grace and Tattered Lace. Hello, Kimmery. Welcome, welcome. Any of my crafty sisters, feel free to hop on as your business page, okay? I do not mind one bit. We're going to have to hit this with a second coat, so I'm going to get this dry real quick. Okay. And this one's going to need a second coat. We're going to dry that real quick. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. It's going to be fun. So my goal with this is to collab with Kathy, and I'm going to try to do some things that are going to be used with our kits and that. So I think that'll be fun. And this would be a prime example because, you know, I cut this frame, so we'll be able to do some collabs, which I think will be really fun. Our prints are absolutely gorgeous. I had a terrible time deciding, and I ended up buying a bunch of extras as well, so you'll be seeing more of them. I even bought Mom one because I knew Mom would love it. My mom loves eagles, and she had a beautiful patriotic eagle one with like a flag and the eagle, and it was absolutely gorgeous, and I knew my mom would absolutely love it. So when I placed my order, I had to get that one as well. So what has been your favorites so far that you've seen? I know there's so many to choose from, but even if it's just like a part of a project, what's been some of your favorites? Stephanie at oh gosh, I just lost the name of her page. Something Pebble. I can't remember the name of her page right off the top of my head. She made a gorgeous church last night that was absolutely stunning. Vintage Pebble. That's it. I knew I'd come up with it eventually. Okay. That looks pretty good. So I think that one's going to be good. Hello, Totally Together Crafting by Brenda. Hello, hello, Lori Loop. Welcome, welcome. If you're new to my page, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you like what you see and that you'll give us a follow. And this has just been such an amazing event. And Sheila has worked so hard on getting everybody up to speed on what they need to be doing, and so much grace. Because, you know, when you've got all these women that are only half paying attention because they're doing their thing, and then, you know, they come back with the same questions over and over and over. We're all guilty of it. And she's so much grace. She just politely reiterates her answer and moves on. So thoughtful. You know, I'm trying to get all these women. I think I heard 60 some, you know, crafters in this event. And to get all of us 60 on the same page is like herding cats. So God bless her. Yesterday's tomorrow. Hello, hello. Hello, Patricia. Your bear's creation was your favorite so far. Super creative. Awesome. Stephanie's church, wasn't that gorgeous, Kimmery? I loved it. It was absolutely beautiful. And so creative. I never would have thought of doing what she did with that. Okay, we're almost dry here. Judy, you love Stephanie's church as well? Wasn't that just beautiful? I gotta tell you, I'm not much of a bling person. But Totally Dazzled might be changing my mind because they're gorgeous. I used to do a lot of bling, and then I kind of got away from it because I'm doing more of like the vintagey vibe things and more farmhousey. That's kind of more my sweet spot these days. Okay, I think we are dry with that, so we'll move these aside. Okay, now comes the star of the show. We're going to take this. And this stencil that I have, excuse me, is Mother Teacher Olive Branch Pattern, okay? So we're going to put this pattern over the whole thing, but we're going to do it very subdued, let's put it that way. Because again, I like that vintagey vibe. I don't like things to look brand spanking new, okay? I'm going to save that down here. I move this out of the way. And I'm just going to place this down. And this is bigger than my board, so this is perfect. Now, the only problem is I won't be able to tape it down. So I'm just going to have to be super, super careful. I think that looks about good. Okay. Now, I am going to use this really light lavender because the print I'm going to use is this little bunny right here. And see how he's got the lavender in him? Look how cute he is. We're going to use that print. So we're going to use, I'm going to set this up here so I don't get anything on it. So we're going to make this background have some purple in it. And it's real pale and very similar to that. Okay, so these are the Essential Stencil brushes, which are great. So you're going to load it up. Okay. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to take a lot of it off. You want to work that paint up into the bristles. Matter of fact, let's get a paper towel because we need to absorb some of that. So we're going to come over here and we're just going to go like that. Okay, you don't really want it to look wet. All right, so now we're just going to start. We're just going to do little circular motions. And again, if I don't get perfect coverage, that is good for me because again, I'm trying to make this look like it's a vintagey piece. So I think this is going to be really pretty. And normally you would tape these down, but since I can't do that, I'm just going to have to hold it down and be very, very careful. And I like that I'm going to be able to still see my crackle through this. How cute. Oh, thanks, Mary. All right, so let's come back over here, load up our brush some more, offload some more. Now let's get back at it. So I knew to be able to stencil this would have to be dry because this would just be smearing paint and it would be a mess. So that's why I went ahead and did this ahead of time. And again, I wanted this subtle. And if the coverage isn't great, all the better. I just wanted a pattern in the background in a really subtle color. And I want it to be going off the board, so I want all these little edges. Oops. So in case you guys weren't here when I first hopped on, make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to be drawing a name. And that person will be entered into a drawing that will be announced on Monday for 3 gift cards, 1 to each of our sponsors, okay? It's going to be 1 of each of our sponsors. You're going to receive a $50 gift card to each of our sponsors. 3 people are going to win that. So 3 people are going to get $150 worth of product from our 3 sponsors. So make sure you stick around to the end so you can be in that drawing. And I'm just going to scroll through. I guess you don't really have to stay to the end, but I'm going to scroll through the comments and I will pick someone. So make sure you're commenting so that when I scroll, you have a shot in it. Okay, I think this is pretty good. Just looking to make sure I got everything. I think so. Now I'm just going to gently lift this. Oh yes, this is perfect. Okay, I think we're good. Oh my gosh, that is exactly what I was hoping for. Hold this up. Look how pretty that is. It's just a background, just a subtle. Love it. Okay, we're going to set this aside. I'll have to clean that later. Okay, so we're done with that guy. Let's bring this one up. Okay, so now the next one I'm going to do, I think that purple would be enough. Maybe we'll go a little bit darker. I have a darker purple right here. Is that darker? Yeah, that's a little bit darker. So we are going to put Happy Easter, and this is from the Easter Wishes set, okay? And we are going to do Happy Easter. I think I'm going to actually take my water pen though, so I can see where I'm at. If I can find, oh, excuse me. And I'm just going to draw a little line so I can kind of space this. Yeah, I think that's where I want it. That looks pretty centered. Oh, I do too. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm just going to use my water pen because this will dry, but this will help me. Well, maybe it'll help me. I can't really see it that well. We'll see. I don't want to put a pencil line on there because then you'll be able to see that. So we're just going to go with it and hope for the best. I do want to tape this though because I'm going to get something on those as flowers and I don't necessarily want those on there unless I have room. We'll see. Hey, Deb. Hello, Sonia. Crafty Queens, hello. And I think I need to do the same down here. Just so I don't get any of that on there. Okay. I can sort of see my water line, so we're going to go, actually let's move it right there. Now I can tape this a little. That will just help a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to use this a little bit darker to do my Happy Easter. And we will be done with our stenciling. Okay. Before I pick it up, we're just going to take a peek. Yep, that looks good. I'm going to take that tape off and we're going to use it on the other side. But first we got to dry this so when I put this down it doesn't smear. Okay. Now I'm going to put this down and try to line it up so it looks centered. How close are we to the edge? We're pretty close. Okay. I think right about there looks pretty good. And now I'm going to go back with a small paintbrush and fill in my lines where the stencil was cut. Let's take a peek. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we are good. So that is done with that guy too. Let's put him over there as well. All right, now I need to find a tiny, tiny paintbrush. Let's see. This guy should be okay. And I'm just going to go back and fill in my little lines. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you look in between the letters or on the letters, you can see that there's little gaps. That's so that the stencil can stay together. So I'm just going to go in and fill those in. You don't have to do this. I just like to do that. Telling you, Sheila did a good job of picking people to be in this event. There is so much talent, and I am so honored to be chosen to be in this event. These ladies I'm in awe of. And it's so cool because I haven't really seen too many duplicates. Everybody's projects are completely different. Okay, so I've got that filled in. Okay. All right. So now let's decoupage our, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. We still have 22 minutes, so we're doing good. Let's go ahead. This is probably pretty dry. I'm just going to dry it just to be sure. Okay. All right, so that's done. So let's take our little surface that we've got, and we're going to take our print. Let's move our paint out of the way. I think we're done with paint, so I think I can just move that completely. Okay. Now we are going to center this little guy on here. I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge. So let me get my Mod Podge out. I should have pulled that out ahead of time. I did not. It's right here. Never leaves the table. So it's right here. So we are going to put a layer of Mod Podge on here. Ooh, goodness. All right. Let's set this guy right there. Okay. Now we're going to center this little guy right on top of this. And the nice thing about working with rice paper is it's a little more forgiving than what a napkin is. It's still thin, but you can pick it up and reposition it if you need to. Me too, Boxy Buttons and Designs. I am loving the creativity in this. This group has been amazing. There's been just so many different things. So I am going to dry this a little bit. Try to get it dry. Oh, you never wait, Denise. You're fine. Good afternoon, Renee. Okay, so now we're going to take our little sander, and this is how we're going to get it off of this page. I might actually use some scissors to get it a little close so that I don't ruin the other bunnies, so I can use those for another project. I'm a little worried that that might mess those up. We don't want that. So then we're just going to go around with our little sander, sand our edges off. I mean, come on, look how cute he is. Isn't that just adorable? That is such a precious little print. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put him in the center of our little frame. Okay, so we're going to pull this guy back over. We're going to figure out where we want things, and then he's going to go right inside there. This is going to go right here, and then we have room for a nice bow right here on top, because if you know me, you know I love my bows. So we're going to pull that out. And you know, I'm thinking I might want this purple. Now that I see it together, I think we're going to do the frame in the same color purple as we did the Happy Easter, the darker purple. I think we're going to do that real quick. Do we have time? Yeah, we got time. We got 20 minutes yet. We're doing good. Well, let's finish this first. I should have finished this. So I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge right over the top just to seal him. And that way he'll dry while we're painting our frame, and then we can assemble everything. So this will seal this, and it'll keep anything from, you know, getting it dirty or anything like that. Okay. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. Thanks. Yeah, I cut that frame. That frame I cut on our laser. And there we go. Our bunny is done. We are going to paint this real quick. Oh, there might be enough there. Grab another sponge. No, there's not enough. The sponge makes quick work of doing these with the little intricate designs, and then you don't have a giant mess. Because when you have these intricate designs, it, you know, you get a ton of paint down inside. And with using the sponge method, you don't. And I like that. I think what we're going to do, though, because this is going to look too pristine for me, so I think we'll sand it a little once I get it all painted and dried. Just to rough it up, and it'll show some of that white that we already painted through. It's funny, in the chat for the event, everybody was saying about, you know, that they're having a hard time deciding what to do, and that, you know, they have a plan, but it'll probably change. Yeah, I had a plan. This was going to be white, and now it's purple. So, yeah, I get it. You never know until you actually put it all together. You have a plan, but, you know, once you start putting things together, you're like, I think this would be better. Okay. I think we've got that pretty well painted. It's not going to need a second coat, so that's good. Okay, Tessie, hello. Bonnie, hello. You love the bunnies? Yeah, me too. The bunnies are so stinking cute. I couldn't decide. I ordered a bunch of prints with bunnies because I just couldn't make up my mind. Okay. So we are dry. So we're going to take our sander again. And we're just going to kind of rough this up a little bit. Oh yes, that's what I'm looking for. I like all that grungy goodness. I can't help myself. There we go. I'm not sure if it's going to show up real well, but it does make a big difference. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be much, much better. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. So now the things that I cut in our wood shop have the sticky back on them. So I just have to peel this off and it becomes a sticker. So it makes our kit super easy to put together. You just peel it off just like that and stick it down. Okay, so that's down. I'm gonna peel this off because this has got the sticky back as well. And there's our bunny. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, now this was just a piece of scrap wood, so I do need to use my glue gun on this. So we'll just put this down with some hot glue. We have 15 minutes. We are doing good. Yes, it's a crafter's prerogative to change your mind. Amen. Oh my gosh, this is cute. Okay, that's all we got so far. Let me know what you guys think. Ocean Breeze and me, we're thinking the same, huh? Okay, so I am going to take my Tim Holtz Distressing Ink and Vintage Photo. And of course, we're going to add some of that. We're going to go around our edges, grunge it up just a smidge. I really like to do kind of the corners, mainly the corners, but I like to kind of drag it then through the whole thing across the top, the sides, and the bottom. Do the same on this thing up here, just a little on our sides. Okay, so it's subtle, but it's there, and I'm not sure you guys will be able to see it, but it's definitely there. Loving the color so much. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. All right, so now let's make a bow for this little guy, and that is where we're going to use our bling. Okay, so let me put this down. Oh, thank you, Tammy. You're a purple person? I'm usually a pink person, but this print just told me purple, not the pink. I thought about doing pink, but I really liked that with it. So, all right, so we are going to make my normal bow. And I love my buffalo plaid, so of course I have to bring this in. So we're going to do a piece of this. Oh, welcome, Nicholas. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to do a piece of that, and oh, did I move my white? I think I moved my white. One moment. Let me grab my white real quick. I thought I left it over here, but I guess not. It's right here. Let's grab this white. And we're going to just cut a piece of this. And now to dovetail, where are we at? We have 10 minutes. Okay, good. Oh, thank you, Lynn, so much. Cheryl knows me well. She knows I'm going to get that buffalo plaid in there somewhere. So I'm going to dovetail this. So we've got our nice little dovetail, and we're going to do the same on this one. Easiest way to dovetail, fold your ends together, fold them in half, and then go from the outside bottom up to the center fold. Like so. Then you got a nice little dovetail. Okay. Then we're going to, of course, pull in some raffia, because you all know me. If you know me, you know I love my raffia. So I've got some white raffia over here. Let's get a piece of black and white baker's twine to tie our thing together. Okay. Now I'm just going to make... Hello, Cruz. Welcome. Vintage Pebble. There she is. You had the most beautiful church, Stephanie, yesterday. That was gorgeous. I was just telling him about how pretty that was. Tammy, you knew the buffalo check was coming too? Yep. If you know me at all, you know that I love my buffalo plaid. Well, thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate that so much. All right, I'm just going back and forth making a little raffia bow to go in the center. And we'll tie that with our black and white. Okay. Now we're going to take our, put that aside. We're going to take our thing. As you see, it's not real long. It's only about maybe 18 inches. And I'm going to fold it in thirds and kind of cheat it down. Okay. I'm going to smush it down. These have wire in them, so they're real easy. So that's what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Okay. Now that is a stencil. That is a stencil from Essential Stencils, and it is the, let me find the packaging. It is the, that is not it. Where's the name of it? There it is. Olive Branch Pattern from Essential Stencil. Okay, so we're just stacking those on top of each other. And then I'm going to take my raffia bow and lay it over the top. I'm going to flip the whole thing over. Start to tie it, but before I pull it tight, I'm going to kind of gather it with my fingers. And then pull it tight. I always check to make sure my raffia is in the center of the bow. Sometimes it slips to the top or the bottom. Okay, so there's our little bow so far. All right, I'm going to add some greenery. Put that aside. I got these off of a garland. Okay, they're just super sweet, delicate little, thought they looked very springy. So I'm going to put like 3 or 4 of those on. Or maybe 6, because that's what I have here. So apparently we're going to do 6. Okay. And then I need my wire. I have 7 minutes. We are doing great. Good. I'll have time to show you the rest of these, the bling that I got. I'll probably send some of it out in Happy Mail. So those that are my followers, you know I send Happy Mail out once a month. So let's see if we can get these all together. I might have to do these separate. Do one side first and then I'll link them together. There we go. And then we'll put these 3 together. Okay. So we have this little bundle that's going to go right up here on the top. As you can see, it's going to go right there. It's a little unruly right now, but once we put our bow on top of it, it'll kind of tame it down a little. And then I've got these from Hobby Lobby. I love to use these. Where did I put my wire cutters? Here they are. So one of those is probably going to be enough. And we're just going to slide these up. Cut that part off. Oh, it went flying. And we're going to slide this guy up and cut this off. I get another piece of wire. This bow you could, Tammy. This bow is easy. I've been making this bow for a long time, and I've taught people how to make this bow, and it is so easy to do. Okay, so then I'm just overlapping those, and I'm going to take my wire and go around them. And that will secure all of it together. Okay. So we've got that. So we got our little floral bundle. Okay, it's subtle. The little white flowers are subtle. It's mostly the greenery, which is what I wanted. All right, so we're going to take our bow. We're going to flip it over, upside down, and we're going to tie this on the back of our bow. So I didn't cut off my excess twine. Okay, I'm just going to pull that real tight. And now we can cut off our excess. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some of our the light greenery stuff going underneath, and then we've got the white over the top. Okay, and then we are going to just staple this guy right to the top. So when I staple these to the top, what I do is I go in that back loop of my fabric bow. I go in the very back. We all can make bows. Absolutely, Pat. Especially this bow. This bow is so easy. And what I like about it is it looks really nice. And it doesn't take a ton of ribbon, because a lot of bows really take a lot of ribbon, and that gets really expensive. And this doesn't take much. So we're just going to fluff this guy up a little. And now, where'd I put it? I have this adorable little, from Totally Dazzled. It's a little Easter egg with the little crystals in it. See how cute that is? We're going to put that in the center of our bow. Right there. So now, pray for me that I don't burn myself. Because, you know, getting glue on this is not going to be easy. This might be easier if I do it this way. I'm just going to put a wad of glue down there. And hope for the best. Yes, I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Mom. My mom's on here, by the way. That's who's responding as Kathy Creates. She helps me out all the time with my comments. But I do have a tutorial on my YouTube channel of how to make my bow, how to do the crackle. And I went into great detail on the crackle. I tried many different things, and I have a board on there that has various different ways of doing it and what the results look like. So you can kind of tell and decide how you want it. All right, I think my project is done. There's a few glue strings on them, but let me know what you think. So this is my collab with my Digital Deco Design, my print from Kathy at Digital Deco Design. I have my stencil of the background over the crackle, and then this was a stencil as well from Essential Stencil. And then I have my little bling up there in the center of my bow. Now, I am thinking about, I have these little teeny tiny buffalo plaid bows that I bought off of Amazon, because who can tie a bow this little, right? And I was thinking about, oh yeah, we're doing that. I was thinking about putting a little bow on my bunny. And I think we're going to do that. So he's got a little bow to match the bow at the top. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you so much, Texas Breeze Creations. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Dee. Now let me show you. I've got a couple minutes. So let me show you these gorgeous things that were sent to me by Totally Dazzled. So we have, can you guys see these? No, you can't really see them. Let's see if I hold it up with that, maybe. No, not really. Okay, well, maybe this isn't going to work. I thought you might be able to see them. They're just so pretty. There, you can see that one a little bit. And then there's a heart. Look how pretty these are. And this one is really pretty. I really like this one. This one almost looks like a 4-leaf clover. Aren't those pretty? Okay, now I need to draw a name. So let me scroll real quick. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Jody, H-U-E-B-F. Let me screenshot that so I don't forget it. Jody, you have an entry into the drawing that will be tomorrow for the gift cards. You will receive 3 gift cards if you win. $50 each to each of our sponsors. All right, guys, thanks so much. Up next is, my time is up, and Andrea with the cutest little thing. She is up next. Just refresh your page and she'll be there. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.